Hi everyone. Today I am giving you information on the topic myopia. So let's move to its description. A condition in which the parallel rays of light coming from infinity are focused at a point in front of the retina is known as myopia. So let's see here. This one is the normal eye. In case of normal eye, the parallel rays of light are coming from infinity are focused at a point which is on the retina. This one is the retina, and the light rays get focused on the retina, that is why the image is formed on a retina. But in case of myopia, when the parallel rays of light are coming from infinity, they focused at a point in front of the retina. This condition is known as myopia. In this condition, the patient is able to see the near objects clearly, that is why it is known as a nearsightedness, and myopia is its another name. Next one, classification. Now it has a different classification. First of all, it is based upon the axial length. In this case, the axial length is too long. Now let's see what is the axial length. This one is the myopic eye, okay, and this one, the total length of the eyeball is known as axial length. So this one is the axial length of an eyeball. If you can see, in this case the axial length is smaller from the cornea to the retina, but in case of this the axial length become longer. So axial myopia is that myopia which occurs due to the longevity of the axial length, because if the size of the eyeball get increases, the image will forms on the retina. Normally the retina should be here, but due to long axial length the retina moves backward, due to which the image is not forming on the retina. This one is the axial myopia. And next one, refractive myopia. Refractive myopia means the system of the eye is too strong for the axial length. Because the axial length is moves forward, that's why the image is forming on the retina, and the retina gets moved forward. Next one is index myopia. Index myopia occurs when any kind of refractive changes occurs inside the lens. Lens become opacify, lens become sclerosis. Nuclear sclerosis is the cataract stage, due to which index myopia occurs. Means the refractive index of any of the uh, refractive index of the any part of the eye get changed. It is known as cause index myopia. Next one is curvature myopia. Radii of the curvature is too steep for the cornea, lens and other refractive indexes. Now the radius, the curves become too steep. If you can see here that this area is more curved, due to which the curvature myopia occurs. Sometimes it becomes more steep and curvature myopia occurs. Any of the thing, or any of the, you can say, cornea, lens and the refractive surface becomes too steep, due to which the curvature myopia occurs. Anterior chamber. Anterior chamber, there is a decrease in the anterior chamber depth. AC depth become decreases. Next one, according to the amount. Now when there is a very low myopia, it is below -1. Next one, low myopia is, its range is from the -1 to -3. Medium myopia is -3 to -6. High myopia is -6 to -10. And very high myopia is above -10. Rate of progression. Now on the basis of rate of progression, it becomes stationary myopia. Stationary myopia is a kind of myopia. It is usually low grade myopia, which is below -1 or -1, and it is not progressing. It doesn't keeps on increasing, and it doesn't increase. It remains at that state only. If it is 0.75, then it will remain -0.75. Next one is temporarily progressive myopia. Progressive only in the early years of life. Temporarily progressive myopia, it occurs when in the early age of life, when the myopia begins, then it keeps on increasing, but it gets stable. Permanently progressive myopia. High myopia, it is a kind of high myopia. By the age of 15 years, the patient have the myopia, and it continues to progress throughout the life. For example, it begins at the -6 at the age of 15, and it continue to progress. It becomes 17, it becomes 20, and it progress throughout the life. That is why it is known as permanently progressive myopia. Next one is on the basis of pathology. Now first one is the simple myopia. Simple myopia is a result of biological variability. Due to any kind of biological variability, it occurs. It appears between the 5 years and puberty, tends to stabilize after the adolescence. It appears between 5 years of age. It begins from the 5 years of age and the puberty, means 5 to 12 years of age. We can identify that the patient has a myopia, and it becomes stabilized after the age of adolescence. Okay, and it keeps on stabilized as the growth of the body gets stops, so it becomes stabilized. Degenerative myopia, due to degenerative changes in the posterior segment of the globe. Now, these are a kind of degenerative changes. This is known as lattice formation, and it forms on the retina because the patient is a high myopic, and due to the high myopia the retina becomes stretches. Due to high myopia the retina stretches, and due to the stretchness of the retina the holes occurs on the retina. This is known as lattice degeneration. So these kinds of degenerations occurs on the retina. Next one, symptoms. Symptoms are poor distant vision. Patient is not be able to see the distance things clearly. Asthenopic symptoms. Patient feels the tiredness, heaviness on the eyes, headache, watching TV from the close distance. Because the patient is able to see the nearby objects clearly. That is why if the TV is at the distance, the patient go closer to the TV and watch the TV, changing the distance to form a clear image. Keeping books close to the face. In the same way, keeping the books close to the face because in nearby objects are seen to be clearly in case of myopia. Squinting of eyes. So the eyes become squint because they are not be able to see clearly. Poor academic performance. This is a poor academic performance is because of that the distance vision is very bad. So the person is not be able to see from the distance. If the children sit on the last bench, that not be able to see what is seen on the blackboard, not be able to understand what the teacher is saying, what is written on the blackboard. Due to all these things there is a poor academic performance. Next one, let's see what all are the signs. Eyes appear larger and somewhat prominent. Eyes of the myopic person becomes larger and somewhat prominent. You will see that these are protruding somewhat outwards. This is prominent eye. AC is slightly deeper than the normal. Anterior chamber is deeper than the normal. Dilated appearance of the pupil is seen. Pupil becomes dilated. Normal pupil becomes dilated. Seen, but it is seen in the some cases only. Lattice degeneration, as I have already explained. Snail tack degeneration. Next one, disc may be tilted. So there is a presence of disc. This disc is nasally tilted. Okay, this shape you can see of the disc is nasally tilted. This one is vertically tilted. This one is obliquely tilted. So in this way the disc becomes tilted. Normally the disc becomes circular in shape. Okay, next one is vitreous degeneration. So what is in the vitreous degeneration? So this one is the vitreous. The whole part covers the vitreous. It starts degeneration of vitreous begins. The vitreous is a jelly like substance and it get converted into a liquid. Due to the formation of liquid, the floaters are seen, as well as the vitreous get detached from the retina, due to which the floaters are seen. These are the shadows of that detached retina. This is known as posterior vitreous detachment. It also occurs due to the stretching of the, because the due to the high axial length the retina becomes stretched. Next one, treatment options. We have the different treatment options for the treatment of myopia. First one is the spectacle. We can give the spectacle power to the person, -5, -10, -12, -20. We can give whatever the power is into the spectacles, but the spectacles become very heavy and cosmetically it doesn't give good appearance to the patient. So that's why some contact lens are also prescribed to the patient. Because of the contact lens, it doesn't give a bad look or give good cosmetic look, because there is no thickness. Anyone can't get to know that the person have the spectacle power or not. So the contact lens is a good option. Next one is refractive surgery. LASIK may be done, but it is done till the -6 or -8 myopia. Other parameters, corneal thickness, white to white, and some other parameters are also considerable while doing the LASIK surgery. Next one, clear lens extraction. It is also again the option. In this case, let's see, this one is the crystalline lens. Okay, lens become opacify due to the cataract, then we can remove it. But if the person is like that he or she is not wishes to wear the spectacle, then cataract clear lens extraction is done. That lens doesn't have the cataract, but we will extract it and placing another lens in place of that lens at the same place. Next one is phakic IOL implantation. In case of phakic IOL implantation, we will implant the ICL lens. ICL means intracolumnar lens. So it is placed between the iris as well as the cornea. Okay, iris as well as the cornea, we will place the lens here. This lens will remain in the position, and we will place new another lens which give the refractive correction to the patient here. And when the patient lens become cataractous, first of all we will remove this lens and then we will change this lens. Okay, so this was the end. Thanks for your patience listening.